Recently in my English class, we finished the book called A Brave New World. We were then given a project to make a connection from the book to real life. I have chosen Creating Perfect Babies. Because in the book, all children, oddly enough, are born from test tubes and decanted instead of born, but I'll get into that subject a little bit later. Even before I talk about how in 2019 something like this can actually happen, for all you that are watching this that are not in my English class, let's talk about how this even happens in the book. In A Brave New World, every child is made in a test tube, and some of them of a lower caste go through what they like to call Bakanovsky's process. In a sense, it's just cloning of an embryo, creating perfect clones of that same embryo. Or to put it in the director of Hatchery's words, standard men and women in uniform badges. The reasoning for him saying this is to make it clear that they basically won't have to do any soul searching later on in life, that life is already planned out for these clones. Or how he likes to put it, you really know who you are for the first time in history. Granted, this is in 2056. Alright, time to move on to real life. As for gene replication, it can actually happen naturally. Identical twins are one example of this phenomena. Researching on the subject more actually surprised me. There are only two rules of thought to make an exact genetic copy of an organism in a lab: artificial embryo twinning and somatic cell nuclear transfer. Artificial embryo twinning is a relatively low-tech way to make clones. As the name suggests, this technique mimics the natural process that creates identical twins by splitting the embryo into two. Somatic nuclear transfer, also called nuclear transfer, uses a different approach than artificial embryo twinning, but it produces the same result: an exact genetic copy or clone of an individual. This is the method that is used to create Dolly the sheep and what they use to clone animals today. In 2004, a group led by Woo-sung Wang of Seoul National University in South Korea produced a paper in the journal Science in which they claimed to have created a clone of a human embryo in a test tube. However, in January 2006, Science announced that Wang's paper had been retracted. Now for my hypnopedic saying: perfection is better than deception, perfection is better than deception, perfection is better than deception.